Recording is on.
Hello and welcome to the DXbiz dev call for Monday, February 28th, 2022. On the agenda today, we have, one new member intro, Dirk. We'll be exploring crypto today and Eastroids update. And then, a quick discussion about the Taoist Amsterdam, a few other things under Ukraine do you want to get started? Dirk, do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi, nice to meet you guys. I'm Dirk. This is actually, I think, my first day. I had a little bit of an onboarding call with Zed today. At the moment, I'm a creative director or digital designer that worked in I would say like classical design industry for, I don't know, 20 years plus. I kind of work on everything that moves and that is interactive. From apps to websites to digital branding, this sorts of stuff. I did it for bigger clients like BMW or T-Mobile. For T-Mobile, I also did like product design for payment applications or streaming applications. So I have a really broad range of skills when it comes to digital design, and I'm really looking forward to see where I can apply this to this kind of new and interesting construct like a DAO. And this is kind of what I'm doing right now, just to orientate myself and see how to contribute and how to find a role and how to help you guys and to create something. Maybe working on design systems, things like that, or communication. Or like something like creating new ways of designing with the community and including the community in design decisions that are things that I think about right now and I'm interested in to explore. I find working for a DAO really different and exciting than working for another agency, and I'm really interested in this kind of experiment, how this will work out, and how I'm really looking forward to find out how to contribute and to help.
Awesome.
If you guys have any questions, I'm happy to kind of answer them or just connect with you guys later on. Just let me know.
Yeah, awesome. So welcome, and I will say that some of the way a DAO sort of operates is that it works by initiative, and then basically this means if you have an idea, you think you can contribute to something, bring it up, share it with a few people in the DAO, and just carry on and execute it. I think this is like the best way to get going and contribute.
Sounds good.
Feel free to reach out to. I guess you spoke to Zet and maybe some of the other guys in the Keybase or Discord. And
just to maybe one thing is also interesting for everybody. I will kind of work for 2 days a week until the end of April, and then start full time in the DAO. Just to handle expectations.
It's perfect because it will help you orient and figure out what you want to do before joining on a bigger capacity. So welcome. So moving on to the next topic, we have crypto today. I think you guys are in the chat. You were chatting before, so welcome and feel free to take over the stage. Tin, Joseph, we can't hear you.
So sorry, we didn't realize we were muted.
So first of all, hi everyone. We are Tin and Josip from Crypto Today. Here with us is Noah. He's the lead developer. He's also going to be joining us. Maybe if things get technical, so there's also someone to answer these kinds of questions. Basically, I don't know. Should I like give a small intro to the platform and what we are building?
Yes, please. Yeah.
So basically, what we are building is a decentralized coin market cap. So we are building a system where you can get listed as a project by a community. So by our community, you come to the site, you start a listing proposal, and then the community members, so the DAO members, vote on. Well, they basically verify the data that you provided. And yeah, if everything goes well, the process should be done in like 108 hours max. The whole premise actually started by recognizing that the market today has a lot of problems with CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap. So a lot of smaller projects that actually have good ideas and maybe do not have enough financing to pay off listings on CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko. They don't really get that sort of publicity that you get when you get listed on CoinMarketCap. And a lot of times they lose on their value or don't really get enough space marketing wise or even financial because of these things. And I don't know how many of you actually tried listing themselves on CoinMarketCap in a bull run. It's ridiculous. They charge you via an agency up to $100,000, and it still takes a few months until you are listed. And so basically, the whole process is really not true to crypto and what we stand for. And we had this like little idea to cut this thing through and get it fully decentralized. At this moment, we are pretty much 90% done with the development of the back end side, and the front end is pretty much also, I would say, usable at this point. At least it should be done in a week or two. And yeah, that's it. At this moment, our voting system is decentralized, and well, if we get enough funding through our token sale, we plan on adding other decentralized features and stuff that we can use on the platform, but that's a long way.
Great. Sounds interesting. And in the initial call we had with you guys, you also mentioned you are developing something like a prediction markets platform.
Something similar, actually. We have the idea to get like a bit of advanced statistics platform on it. So it's not just, well, today if you go to CoinMarketCap and you are basically a trader, what you are going to find out is that there isn't just enough information to get everything on one site. And we hope to provide this on our end, so that you don't just have to look at a simple graph with some numbers, but actually get a lot more out of it, out of the whole experience. But that's also one part that we want to develop when we get funding, because this is something that will probably cost us a bit more than we initially have to develop this first design that we have.
Great. We would be happy to work with you and list the DXD token and the Swapper token on your platform and support you initially. What's on the roadmap for you guys?
Well, right now we're just trying to get the platform launched with the voting system intact. So that's pretty much the next 2 weeks or so, with the fair launch in a week and the platform launch right after that. But past that point, we're looking to move more into the data analytics section of the project and get started on some auto-regressive moving average models, so ARIMA, or maybe even some like real good predictive analytics. we're going to be integrating a lot of stuff in a bit.
So when can I ask a question? So you guys say like a decentralized version of CoinMarketCap, but like when you say decentralized, like what does that mean? Because like you're gonna have this process where people can list tokens and things, but isn't the website controlled by you guys, and at the end of the day you guys will just put on the website what you guys want? Or how is the actual data and the website being decentralized?
So yes, there is a limit to decentralization when it comes to a hosted website. But what we're going to be doing is we will not be making a personal choice in which projects appear on the website. So other than the initial few, which is going to be Ethereum, Bitcoin, and stuff like that, which we need to add just so they can exist. So we have some initial data there. We will have no say in whether your project gets listed on our platform or not. The only ones deciding that will be the users voting. And it's pretty much all community driven with voters validating your data, because we're focused on fact checking, not opinion here. And other more advanced voters, making sure there's no foul play in the whole system there, vote manipulation, etc.
Yeah. Is it possible to actually make the list like a TCR or like an actual, Web3 dApp where you guys actually don't have final say? I mean, because you say you won't decide, but like you can decide. So
that's actually
that away?
The long-term plan. Yeah, exactly what you just said. That's the long-term plan.
The main issue is that as of right now, there's very little in terms of decentralized data analytics platforms, and we have to, at some point, at least for the data we're showing, which is publicly available, so we're just processing it, but at least for our analytics, have a database, So it's something that's very much non-trivial. So we're starting with like a midpoint between where we're going at extreme transparency, where we don't really make any decisions, and all of our APIs and everything is open to the public, and moving into maybe a Starknet solution in the future when we have some funding to get that done, because it's a lot more complicated to work with truly decentralized services. And it wouldn't be launchable, really.
Yeah, I mean the sooner, so for DXDAO and the tools that we're looking to use and tools we're looking to support, the sooner you can get to the actual, as decentralized as possible, we're always more excited about those and using those and giving feedback and testing those. So that's good. Yeah.
And we also have a ton of experience with our setup and the way we operate ourselves, so we could definitely help you with some know-how.
That's actually what we kind of want. I mean, we know that you have a lot of experience in the DAO like stretch, and what would really help is your actual experience, the stuff that you've seen, that you actually exercised, and we technically speaking, we probably know how to execute some stuff, but there's this moment. I think we talked about it last time. When you say DAO, it's not just tech. It's also like a human behavior type of thing. It's a living organism. Every DAO basically has humans interacting with it, and I think your experience on the topic is actually something that is pretty much the most valuable thing in the sense of how we plan our moves, maybe, and also the technical part is also very important.
Yeah, I do see some synergies, whether it is our DXvote governance platform or the ERC20 governance guilds. Also, there is something to be explored with the prediction markets platform Almond. Instead of trying to build something on your own and figure out how to make it decentralized, you could pretty much incorporates the already existing permissionless framework of the conditional Gnosis tokens that the Omen platform uses. So I do see many ways we could help you. We have experience with decentralized front-end management, and it is encouraging. There aren't many. What you've attempted is difficult, and there aren't many teams that even have the courage to go for it, because they see those behemoths, CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko, and they say, oh, we don't even stand a chance to compete with them. But unless someone, unless there's a David to go against the Goliath, the space will never see progress. So I want to encourage you guys, whether you succeed in the end or not, you deserve the attention, and I feel like your intentions are genuine, so you deserve some support.
Yeah, thanks. I mean, I don't know if you guys know this, but at the actual work, so in the terms of development, we've been at it at this point for about 6 weeks. And I'd say it's pretty astonishing what we accomplished in 6 weeks until this point. And I'm completely sure the platform will be launched on the 15th, so right after the token sale. And we got a lot of dedicated people here that really burn out themselves doing this. And I think the most motivating factor is basically what you just said, the David versus Goliath thing. I think everybody gets that, and everybody is actually more motivated by it. So it's good to know that someone else is actually willing to take on the fight also.
What is the you mentioned a token sale and then you mentioned a fair launch. What are those two things, and how are they different or the same?
No, it's actually the same. It's the fair launch, yeah.
And how does that work?
Well, our fair launch is a 7-day contribution period where everyone can contribute Ethereum to the pool directly to the smart contract. We are selling 30 billion tokens. And after the 7-day period expires, everyone is getting a share of the pool proportional to their investment. So everyone and there is no starting price. So basically, the price will be determined at the end of the 7-day period, and everyone gets their cut, let's say, proportional to the investment. But in order to actually prevent whaling or someone buying up let's say most of the supply, our system in the end, when you get to the voting part, will be a one wallet type of thing. So it won't really matter how much tokens you have, but yeah, it's more of an investment opportunity on the sale, not a controlling part in the DAO.
I just want to say, I mean, with what you just mentioned, like this is sort of like airdrop farming, but I could send ETH to 1,000 addresses and invest through all of them. And if it's sort of like one address, one vote, I will have a lot of votes.
You're going to be, it is going to cost quite a bit more because of the gas cost. So you could always do that in an anonymous decentralized system, but
yeah, there's a reason we are building this on
the cost
Ethereum.
is high.
Yeah, I mean, the first idea was building it on Solana, but then this tactic, what you just said, would be actually very valid. But doing it on Ethereum with these gas prices would actually cost a lot. So we are actually banking on the Ethereum network staying as it is. We are using it to our advantage, let's say it like this.
Yeah, like spam protection.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I do see a way of us helping you indirectly by allowing you to use one of our novel platforms for community incentives. What you could do is reserve a portion of your token to be, and actually the other way around. You could incentivize. So what we've done with one of the companies we have actually supported in the past is we pledged that we would support them with funds only if they deliver on certain deliverables. So what you could do is, if you wish to prove your determination to the community, you could use our platform called Carrot and have the community lock funds in it, where you will be promising to deliver on certain promises in a fixed amount of time. And if you deliver on those promises, you will be able to unlock the funds. And I think this will be a better approach to being funded by the community and prove that you are genuine and you're really gonna work forward. Because if you do a sale and it's successful, you may be discouraged, like you've already made money, you can just abandon the project, right?
Yeah, that's kind of the general issue with crypto today. But with crypto today,
So team tokens will be locked for 1 year, like a solid 1 year cliff. So that's one of the main team motivators here.
yeah. I
So
mean,
the ETH,
we did,
1 year and it's all vested.
it's fully locked for a year.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else has any other questions?
Yeah, we welcome any question if you have some. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so we can move on to the next topic, which is, I think we have Neyman and Tom Lightning here from Eastroids. A few updates and interesting stuff that they're building.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. There are plenty of people here that know me already, but not everyone. So I'm Neyman. I've been building .eth websites and the DWeb since like more than 2 years, almost 3 years now, which is a lot of time. And in the last almost a year, I did a project called Asteroids, Ethereum Asteroids. And before I say what we do and why I came here and stuff, there are 2 other members of Asteroids here. So I thought that, they can just say 1 second hi, introduce themselves. Tom Lightning.
Hi, everybody. Tomer, that's my name, and I am the tech person in Asteroids, the one that does the tech stuff, where Neyman is more of the visionary and he is the brain and I'm the muscle, let's say like that. So.
So I am the mouth, maybe, and he's the muscle. And we also have, I think, Helen. Are you here? Want to say hi?
Yeah. Thank you. My name is Helen. From Nairobi. I'm based in Kenya, and I have. Okay, I'm passionate about public goods and DAOs and social coordination failures and all that fun stuff. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. So we do quite a lot in Asteroids. We started with like a Twitter bot for new .eth websites, and then we had like a directory of websites and a search engine, which we still have. It's being updated like all the time with new websites. We organized a weekly or a competition of .eth website. And we organize a community in our Discord, which is small, like 150 people, but very active and nice projects come out of it. I don't want to talk about everything we do because it's quite a lot. So I'm just going to put a link in the chat of summary of 2021 that we had. And if you want to see what we do in general, all the main projects, take a look there. I want to talk about 2 things which we are actually in the process of doing. And we came here to keep you updated because we think it's like important for the .eth website community, and DXDAO is, one of the DAOs which really relies on it, and also because we want to get ideas, opinions, feedback. We want to get involvement. We want to know how to move forward with those things. So the first thing of them is the thing which is led by Helen. Is our communication with ENS DAO.
Can you mute if you're not talking? Sorry, there are a few people who are.
Oh, okay, sure. Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, I mean, go on,
Yeah.
but yeah, maybe I'll mute them.
So everyone here knows ENS, and I'm pretty sure everyone knows that in November, ENS kind of turned itself into a DAO. I'm not sure that everyone knows that what happened in the last month and a half is that ENS started to have working groups. So there are 4 working groups for ecosystem and for community, governance, and public goods. Inside of those working groups, there are also subgroups of different topics. And we recently, like I think last week or the week before, reached into agreement with them that we would establish and manage the .eth website subgroup. So we are right now in the stage that, okay, they agreed to that. We tell kind of vague things that we want to do there. And, the vague thing is that we want to increase the number of .eth website. We want to increase the awareness. We want better toolings. We want more innovation. And also we want to be like a point of communication for everyone that use it and needs something from ENS DAO when it comes to .eth websites. One thing that we already asked for a small budget. The budget will going to be used, if it's approved, for us to promote, to arrange and give awards for the decentralized, for the .eth website award. Like every 2 weeks, I think we are going to organize a competition between all the new websites, and the winner will get something like 600 ENS, which is our way to give bounties and promote stuff. We are, speaking with our community to see what people want, but we would really want to either hear from DXDAO what they want, or the DXDAO would know that we are a point of contact when they want something from ENS regarding this topic. It's or not, this subgroup is supposed to be not only about, getting funds from ENS, but it can also kind of a political head where if we can use it to speak with other projects that we want to add support for .eth website, like Brave browsers or these kind of things. So the first question is, who would be the best person of contact in DXDAO, the one which is working with making your website in decentralized way and all those things?
So I think the process for like how DXDAO operates, and we basically upload. There's like a proposal to upload an ENS content hash, and to basically map a new ENS. So it's generally it's generally the DAO, and then actually we made. I can maybe share it here. There's like our DX Voice team made a really nice video that explains basically how this works, and like how do we actually update our decentralized websites. And I mean, for the question of representing DXDAO at ENS, I don't think anyone is like doing that, or anyone is active. And I don't know, I'd be very open to exploring some sort of like partnership to have someone represent basically our interest at ENS DAO. I mean, I personally delegated my ENS to you, but yeah.
It's more than that. I am not sure how is DXDAO with building the .eth website. If there are some kind of, we have lots of difficulties with the toolings that exist, with the fact that we rely on gateways, with support from Brave, which for our website is terrible. And I'm not sure if anyone is thinking about it from the DXDAO side or and if someone wants to think about it. So of course we can always write a forum message, say, hey, that's what we do, please contact us, come to our Discord, talk to us, or organize a call or whatever. It would be great if you also let me know what else to do.
Yeah, Neiman, I think everyone I think on this call or kind of within DXDAO community, maybe I speak just for myself here, I'll say that, is really proud and into the ENS proposal process that DXDAO does. Just in Denver, I would say that was probably like the number one thing I say for what kind of like sets DXDAO apart. Also things about being all on chain, kind of running the treasury there. But we have been doing more and more communication about this. So as I think you're aware, we've been hosting sites I think since summer of 2019 through this process. But we had a nice article in November written by Sky on this that kind of put that out there, and then we just finished this video a week ago about this. So to me, I think like the biggest opportunity is to talk more about this. So I'd be really interested in maybe trying to collaborate on what you were just discussing there of like what's like the technical follow-up to some of the problems with the ENS system now that say like DXDAO encounters, and not say problems is the wrong thing, but maybe like things to fix. And maybe that could be like kind of co-authored or something like that. But I think we are interested in producing content around this. And it would be, I think, good to get into like the technical side of where things could improve there. But this is definitely like something that we'd like to make part of the like DXDAO brand more broadly. I think it should be adopted by other projects. And I'd definitely be interested in kind of working with you directly on that too. So happy to follow up after.
I think it would be super awesome actually if ENS could adopt your process. But
there you go. So maybe that's what.
Yeah, I mean, so maybe you can
ENS,
contribute to ENS, but the other way around.
Yeah, here's a proposal. Like you should do this.
So Neiman, this actually reminds me, what like originally. So there's these centralized points of contact still, like ETH.link and ETH.limo is a little better, and relying on Brave. So, you're right. DXDAO has its process to get the front ends up on .eth names, but then the question is, there's all these other parts of the system that like aren't that decentralized, and those still need to be fixed and all that kind of stuff. And you actually, I think I asked you to, and you actually wrote that article about like why this stuff is important and why it matters a while back. And so that probably got some readership, but revisiting this and like expressing, even though DXDAO has made it very clear how like actual front ends can be owned by DAOs, we still have very few DAOs or groups that have copied it. It's not actually that hard. And for some reason they haven't done it. I mean, people like on your when you published Eastroids shows all the front ends that are owned by ENSs, but then remember I asked like the community or on Twitter, I was trying to fund like to find out how many of those are actually owned by DAOs, by not actual people. Like like Vitalik uses ENS right now as well, but he controls it himself. And so the question is, if you're actually a DAO or a decentralized project, why don't you, and why do you have your front end owned by the DAO? Is it because it's slower than normal? You can't do hot fixes as easily, but this stuff only matters when it matters. And DXDAO already is thinking about, we're talking to other projects that actually have centralized front ends, and they may need to use the leverage and the power of DXDAO to basically provide other front ends that are decentralized, owned by decentralized entities. And so this is all like a really important topic. And I think what you're saying is, can we all work together to like educate the space more and push people in this direction? I think we should do that.
Okay. Let me take a look at exactly the process that you have, which, I read the article, but I don't know the details. And then communicate with actually the ENS people. And it would be super awesome if they could use it. I'm not sure if they are mature enough as a DAO to do that, but it's the time to mention that, definitely.
But do you mean when you say ENS use it, do you mean the actual ENS DApp?
Well, ENS DApp has I mean, yes, the ENS app has like a .eth website, which I don't know if anyone uses, but it has, and it was just updated this week. I know because I see all the updates. And ENS DAO has no website, but I think as far as I know, maybe. But I think that it should have.
Yeah. Totally.
So and I think that this is exactly the kind of stuff that we should push for, like in the .eth subgroup. So I'm gonna read it, and probably I'm gonna get back to you guys either in our regular channel communications or even like a forum post if it's okay. Or I don't know actually what's the best way to communicate with a DXDAO community. It changes all the time. Discord or
probably Jitsi, man. No, I'm joking.
Probably Keybase, I would say, but Discord also works.
Whatever. I have everything, even Facebook. Thanks. Now I'll jump to my second point, and I'll try to keep it short and maybe continue to a different time. Just to mention, now we continue a different time because it relates completely actually to what Sky said. It relates to the article that I wrote with his prompt and his help. We use a lot of services when we do our search engine and we do all of our websites, and we are unhappy about it. One of the services that we had to actually create for ourselves, so Asteroids ETH Limo updates like every few hours, like every time that a new website comes, and sometimes it's like 30 websites a day, sometimes it's once in half a day, and we couldn't pay for it for on-chain updating. So quite early on, we wrote like a IPNS, like small software for us that does the IPNS updates, and it wasn't easy to get IPNS right such that it's configured properly, it's always on everywhere, and it works like in all the gateways and all the browsers and everything. And then with time, more and more people in our community and Twitter were complaining that they can't update their websites because they don't have the money for that. So Tomer here was 1 week where I was busy with real life things, and Tomer just like did like a quick prototype of something which he called DWeb services, which is basically like an IPNS service. And we offered it to the community for people to open, like we said, it's closed beta. If you want to have an account, contact us. We decided we're going to give 25 free accounts like in this stage just to see how it goes on. Super quickly it was filled. So now there are like 25 people using it, and I think that quite a lot of what for me are the main websites in the .eth, at least the IPNS website are using it, because the Flick IPNS does not work so well, and to do it yourself is quite a pain in the ass. But so we are now not completely sure what to do further with the DWeb services. The big vision that we have for it is that this will be something which is owned by a DAO, owned by a community, provide some services like pinning services or IPNS services, provides software for setting up, gateways like the, gateways for ETH websites, Web3 providers, IPFAs, whatever you need. And we would operate some services and especially give support and probably also do a bit of due diligence because those gateways are only as good as the reputation or the reliability of whoever operates it. You probably also need some kind of user agreements, to make sure that no one cheats you and stuff. This is all a vision. We are not sure practically wise how to move forward with it. We don't even open it right now for everyone because we don't have, so it costs a bit to operate, and we don't have right now the funds to make it open for everyone and operate. For 25 people, we can absorb it for a bit more. It's a bit harder. We would love, I'm putting it really out there, and it's okay if you guys think time or want to speak about it in another meeting or want to see it. I can give, I said 25 people, but if any of you want an account to check it out, be my guest. We are looking for ideas. We are looking for help how to set it up as a community DAO, we don't know. We want it on one hand to be non-for-profit because it's supposed to be like, good services for the community. On the other hand, it has to support itself financially and pay for the people who work on it. We were looking for collaboration. It would be super awesome to do it with the DXDAO people. I'm gonna give here a link for it, for the current website, but without an invite, you won't be able to use it. Yeah, I wanted to mention it and to see, hear you out.
Yeah, I would love to explore how we can use like DX vote for this, and then maybe with like governance 2.0, where we have it's both token voting and sort of like reputation voting, like we have right now in DXDAO, and then we believe this is a very scalable model for governance, and if this is going to be a public good, then yeah, this could like work very well. And we'd be very interested to like explore these things.
So you mean that you want to explore with a DX vote? It means that we would use the DX vote to manage the DAO that run the web services, or something else? I'm not sure what I.
Yeah, so like the DAO will be managed using so maybe a bit of context. We are DXDAO started like by using like DAO Stack Alchemy, but now we're developing our own. Well, it started with our own front end, but it's going to continue to have like a whole product for governance that can be used essentially by anyone. And we believe this is like a better governance system. I think the guys who were at Denver got some good feedback on this, and previously in conferences we got some great feedback. And yeah, we're looking to work with additional projects who want to use this governance system. And yeah, help them build it with them.
Okay, that sounds great. I mean, I'll look into it.
Yeah, there's a Telegram group.
Yeah, we have Ross here
for a while, so
yeah,
should coordinate.
Yeah. I have not been active enough in this group, and I definitely should be more active. Like spam you with everything we do, but I'm polite, trying to be. Ross asked about any docs on how this works. There are no docs yet because we really rigged it quickly to be used. If you want, we can just give you an invite to try it out, and if not, we'll try to make I think with a video would be faster for us to make than a doc, like in this or next week, and then put it out and share it, with the group.
Yeah, so I think Ross is in that group, and Ross is also leading the DXGov squad. So it'll be good to connect with him. And then, yeah, I think we can move on to the next topic because we're a bit short on time.
Sure. Thank you, everyone, for your time.
Yeah. Thanks for joining. Yeah, so I think the next discussion is about sponsoring the Daoist in Amsterdam. I think many people from DXDAO are going to be in Amsterdam at DevConnect. And yeah, do you want to expand on this a bit more?
I'll actually interject to actually bump up the later topic first, because the discussion about Amsterdam might take a while. Quick temperature check. There is a fund that the team at Atlantis World created, like a charity helping people trying to flee Ukraine who have left their homes, help them with medical aid, food, shelter, like blankets, vests, just humanitarian help, nothing to do with funding soldiers or anything like that. If you guys feel like if it feels right, we could probably do something on behalf of the whole DAO. It doesn't have to be something huge. It can be just a symbolic thing, but it could go a long way. A lot of it's a crypto fund with a lot of DeFi reputable names a part of it, and I think it's not the intention at all, but it could also help us with marketing in a way. And it feels ugly saying it, but yeah.
So this is a good topic. So DXDAO so far has given obviously some grants, things like related to DAOs in the past, as part of Panvala's ecosystem. It's actually given some smaller grants that it raised from community through Gitcoin grants to different projects in the space that were like, underfunded and doing critical infrastructure, privacy, things that DXDAO community voted on and thought were important so far. And then has also sponsored events and crypto events to help, ETH Denver is paid for by sponsors, and DXDAO decided to sponsor that, and that helps like grow the Ethereum ecosystem, and people that attend ETH Denver don't have to pay. It also builds awareness and gives us an opportunity for marketing. That's like one of the main marketing things DXDAO does. So far, DXDAO has never like given money to a charity. I think people that are part of the DXDAO community have personally done that in the crypto space, but DXDAO has never done that so far. And so we never really talked about it and have a policy and like how does, because this is okay. There's some causes that are very black and white, and there's some causes that may be less black and white, like environmental or whatever. And so there's all these different types of charitable causes. And so I think in general, DXDAO should probably talk about how to think about those things. This is like an immediate opportunity, which is important. But like once, crossing that line and starting to give charitable donations to certain causes, whatever those are, and how DXDAO decides to do that is an interesting topic. So I think it's like, this is a specific use case in this example, but in general, we should maybe pass a signal proposal that comes up with a policy that like DXDAO has a goal to give X amount of dollars to charitable causes per year or things like that. And so this is a good time to maybe have that discussion. But we've never had a policy around this or anything,
Yeah, so I would say, like I have a few things around this. Because this is maybe a bit time sensitive, maybe the sort of like the action item here is to say, to make a proposal for, I don't know, donating 10 or 50 or maybe 100K directly to the Unchained Fund. And yeah, like, then we can discuss sort of like a policy after that, because I do think that this is a bit time sensitive. So that's one. And then sort of, I don't know, like on a personal level, I wouldn't want to contribute to anything that, helps like the Ukrainian army. Like I wouldn't want to fund anything that helps buy more weapons. I would like to contribute to, I don't know, helping refugees and helping people, I don't know, food and humanitarian aid and stuff like that. And because I saw some DAOs that are doing that. And yeah, like, so this is kind of like my take, and like for sure, I think, DXDAO should be supporting some of these humanitarian causes. So yeah, I don't know, Sky, if you want to like just immediately make a proposal. It's very clearly, what's the value proposition, and yeah, we can let sort of like the on-chain DAO decide.
Yeah, Sky, I think you got an interesting point about how, this is almost like setting a precedent, but I actually take a different approach to like how governance evolves and develops and how like norms are established, because I think it's better. I don't necessarily think it's a good idea to preemptively write out the things on how you expect to govern yourselves in the future. That I think it better can actually turn out when something happens like this, there is some execution of a proposal, there is like some debate about this specific thing, and then that sets a precedent for how things are treated in the future. So in doing this and in looking at this specific instance, I think it's like good governance to realize the precedent that this will set going forward and to take that into account. But I think it's easier to focus on what to do in a specific instance rather than like try to come up with like a more holistic framework long term. But definitely be aware that this is kind of going to set a precedent for how things are moved going forward. And yeah, I mean, I think this is like an interesting evolution of the governance process, and it's it'll be a vote on what DXDAO, what rep holders think about this, and I think it's a good thing to expand the types of funding or different types of proposals that DXDAO governance is considering.
Yeah, and in this, Madusha just raises a good question. Like, there's a few different websites. This is like ripe for scams. I've been waiting for the platform where, like, when you give as a person or a DAO, whatever, to a cause, you can actually verifiably see where the money goes, and that would make charitable giving way more powerful in my mind. And like, that platform still doesn't really exist that well. And so, like, the question is, how do you know where the funds are going to go for something that you give to? This is like personal, like as a person or as a DAO. Like, how do we verify that if the DAO gives funds to one of these two websites, like, where the money's going to go? Like, who's in charge, basically? Is it a DAO? Like, who's making the decisions, right?
Yeah, and I think it's always very difficult to actually do these kinds of things. Like, it's not a trivial logistical issue to get the money into the right hands or to get the aid into the right hands. Because obviously, we're a touring country, right? It's not trivial to move stuff in there.
Yeah, I mean, in general, it's sort of like, the Oracle problem. How, like, the reverse Oracle problem, maybe. How, the money that you give from on-chain, how is it used for good off-chain stuff? And I would say perhaps like donating to organizations that are already active and have already done some stuff in the past, and then continuing to fund them. And
I think in this particular case, we have Rev and CJ from Atlantis World. They are Ukrainian. I can't believe someone could be this corrupt to actually misappropriate funds like that. They also, Ilya from Near is involved. Those guys, they genuinely want to help people, and we don't need to donate something huge. Like, it could literally be just $5,000. That goes a long way. It's much better than nothing, and they're so cool about it. They even suggested, because they're familiar with our process using Carrot for Atlantis World, they even suggested we could use Carrot. I couldn't think like of a really cool case to use Carrot in this particular situation, but they are really nice about it.
So which is the website? Like, we have different people saying different websites. One,
I don't know where they
fake,
found
one
those.
could be real.
It's in the Twitter handle. It's the one with the hyphen.
Yeah, it's the one with the hyphen. un-chain.fund. And yeah, I mean, it doesn't really say what they plan to do with the money. And oh yeah, okay, never mind. I see here that important. We don't raise money for weapons. We raise money for medicine, evacuation, and repair needs. Foods and clothes are priorities to help civilians. So I mean, I like this personally.
Yeah. So some amount that helps without being some giant amount. I mean, I think it's great for DXDAO to participate if the community thinks, but I agree, a quick proposal. Like, if we can verify that also, other projects are using this same one, and that, like, there's some due diligence that it's not just made up, and like other people are already putting money into it and trying to find out where the money's going, makes it better case.
Yeah.
I think.
I don't think this is, DXDAO can do much in this, but I do think this is also an opportunity for crypto to shine in some way and to be able to actually, address these concerns that we're talking about here, whether it's the ability to actually get the funds in the right people, right? Can our new payment rails actually do that better? Can we also use those to better track transparency and the actual, like, disbursement of the funds? So there's part of me that's hoping that this is an opportunity for crypto to demonstrate its worth.
Yeah, is the ETH wallet on that site? Is that a smart contract wallet? Is it a?
It's empty.
It's empty.
No, it's not a smart contract wallet, but yeah, it's empty. There's nothing in it. That was just
so it's
right
empty,
when you asked, I was looking.
It's empty, and no one knows who controls it.
Yeah,
Seems
I would like this to be at least like Gnosis safe.
I mean,
it is
you got to have more. You got to have more. Yeah, we need to do some proper vetting before we would send money to this random address, right?
How do you know this is like Gnosis safe?
It has like all the list of the multi-sig signers on the site.
Like Etherscan doesn't show it up as a Gnosis safe. Like it just shows it up as a regular wallet that has no transactions.
It's
Melanie, are you looking at the other website, Melanie?
No, I'm on the one that I linked is the correct site.
That's not what other people are saying, though.
Yeah, it's on dash. Yeah, the hyphen
is the correct one.
Wait, where are you seeing that? That's the correct one. It's the Unchained .fund.
Oh, I don't know. Like this is I'm looking at Twitter.
The one in the Twitter is the one
as a hyphen
that I linked. No, it doesn't have a hyphen in the
Are
Twitter.
there different Twitters? So which Twitter are you looking at, Melanie?
There's just the Unchained.fund, and then the site is Unchained.fund.
Because Nathan,
can you link it? Can you link the Twitter?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is
it's the same exact website.
So, but what we can do here is like we probably can talk to some of the people, right? Like Rev, we got to get like Rev and whoever and verify the right one, because you could have. It's not going to be hard for these guys to like set up Twitter profiles that get lots of followers, real or fake.
Yeah, so it looks like the hyphen is the scam.
Yeah, hyphen's a scam. The Unchained.fund is the correct one, and that's the one that's linked in the Twitter. And then on the
So where are we getting the scam one from? Nathan, like where did you get the scam one from?
It's a Twitter search. I'm not sure if they're both the same or
it's a very similar website, but the one with the hyphen has empty addresses.
The only difference I see is that I know some of the followers of the Unchained for the one that Melanie, right? Like I can see Stefan and Yuri are like following that one. But otherwise, like, yeah, I mean, we got to talk to the primary sources, I think.
Yeah,
I'm looking at this. There's like 5 Twitters, 5 Twitter accounts that are called Unchained Fund. Jesus.
I mean, sadly, like blockchain does not solve this, right? Like,
yeah. Anyway, I got to bounce, but yeah, like I'm in favor of this proposal.
And then I think we can also communicate in the Telegram group that we have with people from Atlantis World. And then I can invite anybody to join the Unchained Fund Telegram group as well, if this is something we want to move forward with. I know Sky, like CJ, you've been talking to CJ, or Nathan, you guys both have. So I guess we can see what we want to do next.
Yeah, it seems like there's a decent amount of money in the not scam wallet, which is good evidence.
Well, not necessarily, but yeah, maybe
$400,000.
I mean, scams have taken more than 400K from people before, so yeah. I mean, I think that the key thing is to get people we actually know to tell us what the
yeah.
Yeah, I'll reach out to a few people that I know from there, and we'll see. Yeah, and I mean, I got to bounce, but feel free to continue chatting, etc.